Who should President Uhuru Kenyatta support for the presidency in 2022? There are four schools of thoughts around the president. There are those who believe that Uhuru Kenyatta should actually support his elder brother Raila Odinga for the presidency in 2022, because Raila Odinga has contested for the presidency before, and that Raila Odinga has the perceived numbers. And by supporting Raila Odinga, Uhuru Kenyatta is going to solve historical mistake which the father committed. And then there's the second school of thought, which believes that Uhuru Kenyatta and Raila Odinga should not contest, but instead support Musalia Mudavadi for the presidency. They believe that Musalia Mudavadi doesn't have any problem with Raila Odinga. Again, Uhuru Kenyatta and the system are comfortable with Musalia Mudavadi. Then there's the third school of thought around the president. And this group believes that they should get someone who is currently not actively involved in politics. And this is the group which is pushing for the candidature of Mukisa Kitui. And the last group, number 4, is the group which believes that President Uhuru Kenyatta and Raila Odinga should support Fred Okengo Matiang'i. They are pushing for Fred Okengo Matiang'i because they believe Fred Matiang'i is one of them, has been tested and proven. And with the support of the two leaders, Matiang'i can make a good president. But while around President Uhuru Kenyatta and Raila Odinga, they are yet to decide. The deputy president has been facing one major headache, knowing who his opponent is likely to be. The deputy president has been moving around the country for almost 2 years. And during this period, the deputy president was not sure of who his opponent would be. Whether it was going to be Gideon Moi, whether the opponent would be Raila Odinga, whether the opponent would be Kalonzo Musyoka, or even Musalia Mudavadi. But yesterday, the deputy president was in Murang'a County, and again later in Githurai. And the deputy president was very clear that the system is pushing for Raila Amolo Odinga to face him in 2022. The statement which the deputy president made in Githurai and also in Murang'a was not a small matter. I know most of you just assumed that the deputy president was making those statements. The deputy president, number 1, is the deputy president of the Republic of Kenya. He's been in power for a long time. He has friends both around Uhuru Kenyatta, around Raila Odinga, and around the system. So he's able to understand the thinking of the system. So basically what the deputy president was telling the entire country, that President Uhuru Kenyatta has agreed and decided on the person he's going to support in 2022. And that person is none other than Raila Amolo Odinga. I want you to listen to the deputy president making this statement. Listen to him very closely. And then after that, I want us to look at the issues which Raila and Ruto are going to deal with in Central Kenya.
Wakwende kabisa. Ati hawa watu, hebu niwaeleze. Sasa mimi niwaeleze watu wa Githurai. Sawa sawa. Si tulishindana na ule mtu ya kitendawili? Ama ni aje? Si tulimuonyesha kivumbi? Si alilamba mchanga? Sasa mimi nataka niwaulize. Hiyo genge iko pale Pangani, ati wanasema candidate wao ni mtu ya kitendawili. Kama candidate wao ni mtu wa kitendawili, wanafanya nini Jubilee House? Wahame wakwende kule Orange House, mahali kitendawili yuko. Ama ni aje? Wawachane na sisi watu wa Jubilee tujipange. Mimi nawauliza watu wa Jubilee, tutashindwa kujipanga? Ati mpaka tupangiwe mtu ya kitendawili? Hata kama ni madharau, my friends. Hapana, wawache madharau. Wawache madharau. Ama ni aje?
So if you listen to the deputy president William Samoei Ruto, he made very clear statement that the system is going to sponsor Raila Amolo Odinga against himself. And that's why he was appealing to the emotions of the people of the larger Mount Kenya region.
Mimi nataka niwaulize ya mwisho. Watu wa Githurai. Ndugu zangu watu wa Githurai. Mimi niko na maswali kidogo. Sasa si mimi nimeunga mkono Uhuru Kenyatta. Si tumepanga hii serikali pamoja nikimsaidia. Uhuru Kenyatta akimaliza kazi 2022, nani anafaa kuendesha hiyo meli?
But why is Central Kenya key to the deputy president William Samoei Ruto? And if the contest will be between the deputy president William Ruto and Raila Odinga, what are some of the key issues the two gentlemen are going to fight over as we head towards 2022? And what are the strategies they are likely to use to outweigh each other? I want us to look at some of these issues. But before we do that, if you are watching this video for the first time, I want you to just take a second or two and click the subscribe button so that next time we produce a video like this, YouTube will automatically notify you. Now let's get back to the main issue. The deputy president is now very clear. And of course, I've been told that he has already hired some wazungos who are crafting for him his messaging. And the deputy president of late, his messaging is very clear and targeted. The deputy president has identified Raila Odinga as the person who is going to be fronted by President Uhuru Kenyatta and by the system. But what are some of the issues William Ruto and Raila Odinga are going to deal with moving forward? The first thing they are going to fight over, in my view, is the Central Kenya votes. The deputy president had banked on the support of the larger Mount Kenya region. That region has the highest number of registered voters in this country. In 2022, as we speak, I know someone might actually emerge from Central Kenya or the larger Mount Kenya region and run for the presidency. But as we speak now, nobody has actually emerged. And even if someone will emerge, the fact of the matter is that we are going to go for 2023 general election without a strong candidate from the larger Mount Kenya region, which means they have a vote there. And those votes are likely to determine who becomes the president of the Republic of Kenya. In this way, in 2013 and 17, the entire region voted for President Uhuru Kenyatta. Almost to a man. They've never voted for Raila Odinga. In 2022, the deputy president had also believed that the president was going to support him, get the entire voting bloc. But from all indications, Uhuru Kenyatta is going to support Raila Odinga for the presidency or someone else. So which means if Uhuru Kenyatta got 90% or 99% of the votes from the larger Mount Kenya region, the deputy president was expecting to get the same number of percentage. As things stand today, the mere fact that leaders from Central Kenya are coming out to oppose the deputy president means the deputy president is likely to lose a percentage of those votes. Whether they are going to be negligible or high, what I know is that when elections will come, ultimately the deputy president is going to win the votes in the larger Mount Kenya region, but not to the level the president got it. And that is the biggest problem he's facing. Assuming he will succeed in getting 70%. What next? Raila Odinga also believes that Uhuru Kenyatta is going to deliver for him the Central Kenya votes. Genuinely, Raila Odinga has his supporters in the larger Mount Kenya region. In the last election, I think they were around 10%, which means Raila Odinga would expect Uhuru Kenyatta to deliver a certain chunk of voters from his basket to his side. So Central Kenya is one of the issues. Central Kenya voters is one of the issues these guys are going to fight for. That's number one. Number two is the reform credentials of these two gentlemen. Raila Odinga is known or has fought for the democracy and the freedom of the Republic of Kenya. During that time, the deputy president was enjoying the privileges which came with the power under KANU regime. But because the deputy president is planning to run in 2022, he won't allow Raila Odinga to contest under the banner of reform credentials. And because himself, he can't run under that banner of reform credentials, it means the deputy president must create a narrative. All along, Raila Odinga has been known to be change. Kama sio sasa, ni sasa hivi. The deputy president is now coming up with a strategy. And the strategy is not reform, but economy. Who between me and Raila Odinga can fix the economy? That's the narrative the deputy president is currently advancing. And that's why it's going out there to the traders, going out there to the women. I don't know, because Raila Odinga has not declared his bid. I don't know the platform is going to run on. But the mere fact that the deputy president is already outside there and advancing an economic aspect, not political, of reform, then it means Raila Odinga will have to find another platform. But the fact of the matter is that Raila Odinga and William Ruto are going to fight over reform credentials. And that's why sometimes there's this narrative that William Ruto is targeting those people who are born recently and they don't care about the reforms of this country. So it will mean Raila Odinga will have to spend a lot of his time and resources to educate the young Kenyans where the country is coming from. That previously, even owning a phone was outlawed in this country. Not even a phone, a bicycle. You had to get a permit. Listening to a radio was, some of the freedoms we enjoy today were because of reform. So Raila Odinga will have to do that. The deputy president will also have to convince the people who are supporting him that those are our past. We are headed to the future. And our future is not about some of these things. Our future is about the economy. But again, the other platform is, what has the deputy president done for the past 7 years? And Raila Odinga will also be asked, you've been part of the government. What have you done? So it's going to be very tricky. So that's the second issue they're going to fight over. The third issue they're going to fight over is the issue of the hustlers and the dynasties. That's going to be one of the battles front. Who is going to win the narrative? The deputy president is already outside there, telling Kenyans, of which majority of Kenyans are poor, that the government I'm going to form, itakuwa ya mama mboga, ya mama sukuma, itakuwa ya mama mchoma mahindi, things like those. That's what the deputy president has been telling these people. Raila Odinga was born in privilege. He has suffered. He has been detained, arrested. The other day I saw Major Waluke narrating how his experience in a prison for just like 1 month or 2. People like Raila Odinga were in prison for 9 good years, despite the fact that he came from a dynasty. So the issues which these guys are going to converse, they are going to try to convince people whether it's the time for the hustler, whether if you are born poor, from a poor background, then you can make a good leader than those who are born of a privileged family. For example, in our villages, we used to have those headmasters. In the villages, those are people you really admire. So the question is, a son of a headmaster in your village and you who is poor, questions like those. So whoever is going to carry the day on that is going to carry the votes. But the fact of the matter is, the contest is going to be about the dynasty and the hustler. Raila Odinga has suffered. Ruto, all his political life, from the time he was at the university up to now, he has never supported any hustler. None. But he's outside there. So let us wait and see who is going to carry the day. The last thing, which again boils down to Central Kenya, is the fear factor. I said, and I am repeating, politics is about perception. Perception of numbers. Even if today Uhuru Kenyatta wanted to give Gideon Moi the presidency or the system, the first thing Gideon Moi will have to do is to convince the entire country that he has the numbers. You must be perceived to have the numbers. Between Raila and Ruto, there's the Central Kenya votes. But there is the fear factor in Central Kenya. This fear factor has been sold to them. During Moi era, the people of Central Kenya and the larger Mount Kenya region hated Moi. And after the 2007 general election, William Ruto was also hated. Along the way, William Ruto supported Uhuru Kenyatta and he became a darling. So will William Ruto sustain that? Or will the current anti-William Ruto's campaign in central Kenya and large Mount Kenya region bear fruits. So how are they going to deal with it? Now you come to Raila Odinga. These guys have been told since he parted ways with Moi Kibaki that Raila Odinga is a devil, is a bad man. To an extent that Cambridge Analytica were hired specifically to instill the fear into the minds of the people of the larger Mount Kenya region. But will that fear go by the time we go to election so that they can realize that, okay, kumbe tulichezwa, then we can vote for Raila Odinga? Or will these guys still invoke the memory of Kiamba Church and use that to instill fear on the Kikuyus from supporting the deputy president? So the other issue these guys are going to deal with is the issue of fear. I don't know what you think, but it's going to be a battle. 2022 general election in this country is going to be a battle between two people. The Deputy President William Samoei Ruto and Raila Amolo Odinga. The rest, Musalia Mudavadi, Kalonzo Musyoka, are also going to be on the ballot. But they are going to be on the ballot just for one reason. They are going to be on the ballot to salvage their politics. Without being on the ballot, Musalia Mudavadi will be finished. Without being on the ballot, Kalonzo Musyoka will be finished. But the contest is actually going to be a two-horse race. Raila Odinga versus William Samoei Ruto. It's still too early to call, but let us wait and see how these guys are going to play their politics. Thank you guys, and if you're watching this video for the first time, again, take a second or two and click subscribe button so that next time you produce a video like this, YouTube will automatically notify you. And for those who are in Kisumu, it's too hot here. Whoa. It's just too hot, I tell you. You know, I can't even put on a tie. Today's Monday. I like putting ties on Mondays. Yeah, I went for a meeting today in like this. It's just too hot. But tutaweza. Thank you guys, and please may you enjoy your day.